Hey everyone, it's Autumn. Today I wanted to go ahead and film a haul video. So I've split this video into actually 3 videos and I'm just going to post them all at the same time and you can choose which category you want to watch. The 3 categories are going to be luxury beauty, drugstore beauty, and fragrances. So I'm sure you could tell by the thumbnail that the video that you're watching is the luxury beauty haul. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. So I think my last haul was like a couple of months ago, and I have been saving all of my beauty products that I've been picking up in this big, huge Ellie Glines makeup case, and it got full and I'm like, I need to film a haul video. And I've actually been picking stuff up and doing like a vlog style video, similar to what I did before. I'll leave it linked. Is this where I link stuff or this? Anyway, I'll leave it linked if you are curious. But I did one video where I thought I was going to be making it into a series where I take you out with me for a quick little vlog, and then I do a little bit of shopping and I come back and I try the products that I bought. And I actually filmed quite a few of those after that one, and I never got around to uploading any of them, but then I have all these products from them, and that's what we're looking at now. And then some of these are from online orders as well. All right, so the first type of item I want to talk about are cream eyeshadows. So I'm sure if you've been watching me for a long time, you know that I love a cream eyeshadow, and I don't wear a ton of eye makeup. Also, if you're curious, I did film this makeup look and it should be up before or after this. I'm not quite sure. It will be linked here on the screen or in the description box if it's already up, and as soon as it is up I will come back and link it. Anyway, I went through probably in the last year and I got rid of most of my powder eyeshadows, and so I do have a couple of powder eyeshadows left, but I noticed that I just found myself using my cream eyeshadows all the time, and that was my go-to. And so I decided to pick up a couple of more shades, and MAC had just recently come out with a new line of cream eyeshadows, and the line that they came out with had a ton of different colors. And MAC also discontinued my favorite shade in their paint pot line, which was Indian Wood. And I was hoping with the new line that they would have something that would be similar to replace it with, but they didn't. But they did have a couple of neutral shades that I thought I would try out. And the first one is Belle Epic. And it is I would call it like a burnt orange kind of color. And as you can see, I've already swatched it. And I think this is going to be really good for a summer look. And I can also layer it with powder shadows, but just smudged out all over the lid and under the eye, and kind of make a smoky orangey brown look with that. I think would be gorgeous. These are also really great for using as liners. They're very pigmented and creamy, and then they do stay once you put them on. The next one is in the shade Taylor Gray, and this one is really interesting because on the website I saw it looked like a brownish gray, which it kind of is. Once swatched, it really does look more gray than anything. I guess it looks a little bit taupey swatched out, but I think this is going to be gorgeous for that fall into winter sort of look, and it will look like this is the best way for me to describe it, almost like that Dead Eyes sort of look. I have no better way to describe it, but all right. And then this last shade is like a deeper kind of mustard yellow, I guess is the best way to describe it. And I think this is going to be really good as well, kind of just smudged out all over the lid. Obviously all of these are going to be good smudged out all over the lid. But what I like about these is they're not your typical kind of just plain brown sort of shades. These really have a good sort of, I don't want to say dimension because they are like cream shadows, like with no shimmer, but there's a little bit of interest in the shade itself. Sticking on the same train in the pot shadows, I wanted to go ahead and pick up a Tom Ford shadow. I went back and forth on getting this one for the simple fact, a couple years ago when they came out with these Tom Ford emotion proof eye colors, I watched a video on it. I totally blanked on her name, but I'll have her YouTube channel below and here on the screen. But she did a video where she bought like all the colors, and then she realized that this is the exact same formula as the MAC paint pots. Like the ingredients are the same and everything. And the price is a lot more for a Tom Ford. So Tom Ford and MAC fall under the same umbrella. And yeah, these are made in Canada, which MAC is made in Canada as well. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy it. I'll just stick with paint pots. But the thing is, I feel like they reserved the good colors for Tom Ford and then they jacked the price up. So I went ahead and I ended up getting the shade, and this is an Abyssinian. And this is a little bit deeper of a brown than the others, but it goes warm. And I find that deep brown eyeshadows always go cool. So then there's Abyssinian. I do have a ton of other MAC shadows, and I would say the similar ones that are in the MAC line would be Quite Natural, which again, you can see it kind of goes cool. And then I have Groundwork, which is kind of a cool to a neutral shade. I'll put it next to Groundwork. I think that's probably the closest. So Groundwork is there, and you can see what a huge difference between them. Groundwork is definitely a cooler shadow. So anyway, the other cream shadows I picked up are from Smashbox. They came out with a whole new line of cream eyeshadows, and they're called Always On. And I decided on 4 colors. And what I like about these is they come in a squeeze tube. So I picked up the shades that I thought would most suit me. They had some more colorful shades as well. They had like a blue and stuff like that. The only shade that I got that I thought was a little bit too colorful for me is the shade Guava. And I'll go ahead and I'll swatch that over here on this hand. And here's Guava. It definitely is like a reddy pink sort of shade. And then I also got Rose, which is a neutral pink. And that's under it. Then I got Amber. And then the last one is Sepia. And I don't feel like there is a huge enough difference between Amber and Sepia. I think you could choose one or the other. I find that Amber leans a little bit more yellow than Sepia does. But the cool thing about these being in a squeeze tube is you can kind of mix them together on a palette to get the perfect eye shade. So if I wanted these to lean a little bit more kind of orange into the brown or whatever, I could kind of mix my own and create a shadow. So I think that's what's really cool about these. So I did get one more eyeshadow, and this is from Urban Decay. Let me get it out of the package here. And this is Space Cowboy. And normally I don't like sort of glittery shades. And I don't know what possessed me to get this. And I think, just look at the shine on that. I think I just wanted like a wet look eyeshadow. And I think this was like probably the best way to get it. I'm gonna put it over top of one of these. Yeah. See how pretty that's gonna be on the eye? All right, so now let's talk about some Ulta purchases here. So they had their 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I took advantage of their Becca Primers going on sale. So I went ahead and I got the First Light Priming Filter, and this is the one that is tinted purple that's supposed to kind of awaken your face a little bit. And I went ahead and got this because, as you know, Becca is going under. And I also have a video about that, and that is one of the products that I don't have a replacement for at this time. So the idea of the video that I'm doing about Becca that's coming up is pretty much talking about the products that I love from Becca and what I am replacing those products with. But anyway, I also picked up this one, which is the Backlight Priming Filter. And I've gone through several of these. This is a beautiful primer. And it was just a really good deal, so I went ahead and I grabbed it. They also had nude sticks on their 21 Days of Beauty, and I picked up 2 more shades. I have quite a few shades of these. These are the Nudies Matte. This one's the All Over Face Bronzer color, and Beach Babe. To me, though, this is more of a blush. Are they all considered bronzers, even if they're a blush? Because I would definitely... Yeah, these are considered blush colors. Okay, but they consider this a bronzer color, but I am going to... That's definitely a blush color for me, but I got it because I thought it would look like kind of a sun-kissed glow on the skin. So maybe that's where they were going with it, considering it a bronzer color. And then I also got the shade Sun-Kissed. Is that? Yeah, Beach Babe and Sun-Kissed. Is this one considered a bronzer too? Yep, they consider this one a bronzer color as well. So then here, that one is a little bit more of a bronzer color, but they definitely have a rosy sort of tone to them. So I wanted to try out some things from the new Keys line. So I picked up a cleanser because I feel like you can tell a lot about a skincare line from their cleanser. If they have a really harsh cleanser, I feel like the rest of their skincare is going to be crap too. So I went ahead and I picked up their Golden Cleanser. And I find that this is nice. It's an okay cleanser, but don't get it in your eyes. So I find with a lot of my cleansers, they're so gentle. If I end up working them around my eye area, they don't burn. I don't have an issue. But this, if I get it near my eyes, it really does burn quite a bit. And then this, I also picked up their Comforting Balm, and it's just something that you can use on your cuticles or anywhere. But I think mostly it's probably just meant to be a lip balm. So I went ahead and I picked that up. And then while I was there getting those items, I went ahead and I got my birthday gift, because April is my birthday month, and I got this little thing, this Lancome card that comes with a Lancome mascara and a fragrance. And I tried out the mascara in a makeup video. Again, I don't know when it's going up, but that mascara is something that I'm definitely going to purchase. It's probably my new favorite mascara. And I haven't even smelled the Idol fragrance. It says it's a fresh floral fragrance with jasmine, rose, and white musks. I'm not sure that it's something that I would enjoy, but I will at some point try that out. Also, I did get a 4-ounce bottle of the Philosophy Purity Made Simple cleanser. And then I find that this is an okay cleanser. I like to travel with this a lot. It's one of those cleansers. I have categories of cleansers. And so I have my pre-cleanser, and that's normally like a balm or an oil. And then I have my gentle cleanser that I use after that. And then I have a cleanser that I keep in my shower. And this is usually the type of cleanser that I keep in the shower. Also, during the 21 Days of Beauty, I did pick this up, and this is the Dhc Deep Cleansing Oil. I never tried it before, and I decided that I just wanted to give it a try. It is olive oil, though, I'm pretty sure. And I find a lot of people can find olive oil to be a little bit polarizing. And some people say it's super moisturizing, and that's all they use on their skin. And then other people say that it's super drying. So I thought I would go ahead and give it a try. And then this is a go-to for me when I'm traveling, and I keep this in my travel bag. This is the Squalling cleanser by The Ordinary. It's inexpensive. I don't have to worry about it busting open, and it's like in a squeezy tube. And this is my favorite cleanser for traveling. So I did have a coupon through Ulta for a free foundation. Every now and then I get one of these coupons, and it's almost always for a free Clinique foundation. And I picked up the Even Better makeup, and I always get the shade Bone. Clinique shade, their shade range, for whatever reason, they don't have a lot of colors that fit me. They lean very pink for the most part, but for whatever reason, this shade seems to work okay. It's a little yellow. It's not quite olive enough for me, but out of all of them, this one seems to work the best. So I picked that up. I haven't tried it out yet, and I think I still have my last Clinique foundation that I got for free, and I haven't tried it out either. Last time I got the Even Better Refresh Hydrating and Repairing Makeup for free from Clinique, and I haven't tried this either. I also got it in the shade Bone. I picked up some complexion products from The Ordinary. So they have 2 foundations. They have a full coverage and a light coverage, and I went ahead and I picked them both up. Their full coverage foundation is, it just says high coverage foundation, and then the light coverage is their serum foundation. And then they also had a full coverage concealer. They're very inexpensive, and I decided to just go ahead, pick them up, try them out, maybe do a video about them and let you know if they're worth picking up. I did pick up the same shade in both of them, and it says yellow undertones with gold highlights. It's always super hard to pick up foundations online because the thing is, they're never really 100% honest with their swatches, and I don't think they're meaning to do it. I don't know, maybe they are, maybe they're not. But then they will have the same shades swatched on like different colored arms, and then when they switch over to the next arm, the tone will be completely off on the one that you thought you would be, and then you have no idea. I don't know if I've tried this. Yeah, so which one is this one? This is the high coverage. And here's the thing, I can get away with a foundation being the wrong tone if it's a light coverage, but when you're a high coverage foundation, it's a little bit harder to get away with it. So this is the high coverage, so it might be a struggle. All right, so we're getting to some more random things here. So at Sephora, I ordered this foundation from Giorgio Armani, and this is their Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. So I have their regular Luminous Silk foundation. And then, so this is the regular Luminous Silk foundation, and I wear the shade 5. But then again, talking about swatching foundation shades online, I kind of ran into the situation again where 5 just looks way too dark. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go with 3.5. That seemed to be good. But look how dark 3.5 looks. But then my 5 in the previous foundation is actually lighter. I'm gonna swatch them side by side so you can see what I'm talking about, which my 5 is a little bit dark right now because we're coming out of winter and I haven't gotten any sun. But this is 5. So actually, doesn't look too bad. But then here's 3.5. Why is 3.5 that much darker than 5? And then here's the other thing. So obviously Giorgio Armani foundations are expensive. So when you get a full size foundation like this, you pay around $60 or so. So then they have it where you get like half size foundations or travel size foundations, but I still paid $40 for this little mini 0.6 fluid ounce foundation. I think, how big? Yeah, this one's 1 ounce and then this one's 0.6 ounces. So this was still $40 and it's like super, super dark for it being a 3.5. So the shades don't match up to each, I guess, each line in the Luminous Silk because they're both still Luminous Silk foundations. Like, that's just perplexing to me, I guess. Speaking of shades and things not matching up. So I wanted another like tub sort of cream bronzer because I have this old gunky gross Chanel cream bronzer that has seen better days. It's the old formula that tells you how old it is. They came out with a new formula a year ago now. And I've hit pan on it several times and I keep pushing it towards the center. And this has like maybe a teaspoon of product left in it. Not very much at all. So, and it's got like brush hairs in it that I go in with tweezers every now and then and I pick out. And I'm like, I need a new cream bronzer. But since they switched the formula over, when they switched it over, they use, I believe they use coconut oil in it now, which actually can cause acne. And I have sensitive skin, and I could just go ahead and try it out and return it if it doesn't work for me, but I decided to just go ahead and go with the NARS. The reason I went with the NARS is because I really like the tone of the Laguna and the Hot Sand Laguna duo that I have here. So I'm like, okay, it's just in the stick form here, but I mean, Laguna is Laguna, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch Laguna here for you. So here's Laguna. And the cool thing about it is it doesn't lean 100% warm. It kind of has a little bit of shimmer to it. And I don't know if you can get that. If I come up close, you can kind of see, yeah, see that? It's got a little bit of shimmer, but it's not overly shimmery. Just enough to kind of give a little bit of life to the skin. So then when I rub it in, like that looks nice. It's warm yet cool at the same time, and I think it gives life to the skin. So I really like it in stick form. But what I don't like is I don't like swiping it on my face and then having to work back from there to then work it out, which I could just use a brush, I guess, on the stick and then go onto the skin, but I wanted to use a tub. Anyway, so I saw that they came out with a tub, and so I picked it up. It's not the same. It doesn't have any of that shimmer in it, because I've already swatched them side by side, but I'll do it again. It's warmer. So here you can see this is the new, and it kind of doesn't have like that cool sort of sun-kissed undertone that the stick has. See what I'm saying? It's not the same. But I think I'll still get use out of it, because then again, compared to the Chanel that I was using, let me just get you a swatch of this. The Chanel is very orange. So then here's the Chanel up here, which is very orange. Okay, so then I wanted to try out this new Anastasia Eye Gel thing. So I've tried it out a couple of times. You can see like the little brush marks in it. I thought I would hate it, and I actually like it. I think I'll use it in a video at some point and show you. So I do my brows quite a bit differently. I don't always like comb them up. I don't love that look for me. So I thought this wouldn't work out for me, but this actually works out really great. I've had great results from it. I don't know what I was expecting. I've tried soap brows, and those looked nuts on me, but this stuff is magic. So I'm happy to have it. Also at TJ Maxx, I picked this up, and then I totally forgot that the reason that I picked it up and I didn't use it for it. So I filmed a spring sort of purple makeup tutorial, and I was like, oh my gosh, this purple liner would be perfect for that. So I grabbed this purple liner for that tutorial, but I did the tutorial yesterday and did not use this purple liner. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I have that, but it also came with these two items, which this is the dewdrops, the coconut gel highlighter dewdrops. I'll probably maybe put this in a makeup bag or something when I travel. And then it also came with this lip gloss, which is cream and sugar. This is super glittery. I don't like glittery lip glosses. I think they look absolutely nuts on me. And I find them to be uncomfortable because the little tiny glitters in them are irritating on my lips. If you can see that. But I think what I will do is just go ahead and toss this in my declutter box and let my daughter dig through it later. I had her dig through it a couple of days ago. She literally picked one thing out of it. And then the last item I got is this. This is the Auric Glow Lust Radiant Luminizer. Here's my thing. So when I went onto the website, this was the third lightest shade up that was only available, and she said on there that it was good for olive skin tones. So I do have an olive skin tone, but I'm pale. This is, you can sheer it out, like you don't have to go wild. So if you can see that, see how it's just a little dark for me? But I want this to work so badly. I'm not going to be able to use this as like a highlight. I'm going to have to mix it with something else. But I think I will be able to use it all over my face under my foundation to warm up my skin before applying foundation. But it's pretty, but I think I am going to have to end up buying a lighter shade to maybe mix with it if I want to use it like as an actual highlighter. The packaging is really nice as well. And the lid is really difficult to remove. Well, I guess not difficult, but it's like, it's on there. All right, so that's all the high-end or luxury makeup that I've recently picked up. If you want to see the fragrances that I've recently bought, go ahead and click here. Or if you want to see the drugstore stuff, click here. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.